Hey everybody, it's Alicia Reiser from Arise Above Occupational Therapy, and today we're going to talk about activities that address the area of visual pursuits. Visual pursuits are when you're following a moving object. So what we did here was we took a record player and we cut out a disc and we put the alphabet on that disc. You can see with the laser pointer that we're sequencing through following A, B, C, D, and so on. We've set the speed to 33 1/3, and now we have different objects and stickers on there. So you can count how many soccer balls there are, you can count how many footballs there are. We did capital letters, we did stars, as you can see here, count the red stars, count the blue stars, then we switch it up to lowercase letters. If you're familiar with any of the larger pieces of technology, this is just a fun and less expensive way to simulate the same kind of idea. For our next activity, we used a cardboard case, toilet paper tubes, and some stickers, and we made tunnels. On the top of each tunnel, we randomly placed alphabet stickers. The goal of this activity is to move the marble in alphabetical order from tunnel to tunnel. You can go through other tunnels, but you do have to go in alphabetical order. Flashlight tag is another fun activity that we use to work on pursuits. I am the leader in the red dot, and the client follows as best they can with the green laser, trying to keep on top of my red dot. So we can do up and down, we can do side to side, we can write in cursive, and they have to follow the light that way. There's many different patterns that can be followed. Just as an aside, please remember that larger sweeping movements with either pursuits or saccades are actually easier than doing smaller movements because it takes more of a fine control to go from smaller movement to smaller movement. Think of it like fine motor control instead of a gross motor, large, circular, or linear path. This next activity is always a hit with our pediatric and our adult clients. You have 4 cups, 2 for the therapist and 2 for the client. And you start with just using 1 ball, and they have to trap the ball in the cup, and then they pass it back to you. As you progress with difficulty, you add a 2nd ball, a 3rd ball. This additionally works on so many other components in terms of bilateral integration, laterality. You can have them alternate right hand, left hand, working on attention. You can use different colored balls or different pattern balls and then give them a command on following just that and increase the challenge of the pursuits that way. We chose to use bean bags here, but you can definitely use balls or any other object that you choose. You can toss them clockwise and then switch to counterclockwise, changing up the increments in time. So some are quick changes, some are longer intervals for endurance. You can use a zoom ball to work on pursuits as well as convergence. On ours, we've placed a dot that the client has to watch as it comes from near to far and far to near. But you could also put stickers or other targets that the client has to watch as the zoom ball changes position. Sorry Sliders is another game that uses pursuits as you're following your game piece from one end to the other. You're also working on visual motor integration because you're trying to hit the other target with your game piece while you're working on the task of pursuits. By changing where you're standing, you can be working on near-far pursuits or side-to-side pursuits. Rubik's Racer is another game that incorporates many components, including working memory, problem solving, visual motor integration, as you're moving the colored pieces around the board, following with your eyes the pursuits that the target piece is making as you try to make your pattern. As you can see, many of these activities incorporate so many visual skills, as this one also incorporates saccades as you're looking from your pattern on the left to your game board on the right. Lastly, we have a tracking tube, which has the letters A through Z on one side and the numbers 1 through 12 on the other side. We involve pursuits by trapping the ball under our target letter. Here, our patient is spelling occupational therapy. You can also have a target on the wall of words or numbers that they need to follow in order to work on saccades. I hope you found this video to be informative and full of fun ideas that you can use in your clinic as well. Comment below ideas that you have to work on visual pursuits. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can stay up to date on new videos on eye skills.